Hey guys, it's your boy Wolfie, your favorite washed up ex-pro. Now, this video was the one that was voted for on Twitter, so this is what we're gonna make. It's how you can improve, fix, or save Smite. Let me get this out the way, straight off in the beginning. Do I think Smite is dead? No. Not at all. You do not have to be the size of League of Legends or Dota to survive as a game. But I do think it's hemorrhaging players, and I think this is more on the PC side because I play the PC. I don't play console, so I can't give you an opinion on console. I do understand that console has like 70% of the player base, mainly on the Xbox. But this is also kind of being threatened because League of Legends is releasing a console MOBA. And I'm a firm believer that if your friends play a game, you will probably play it. This includes the League of Legends MOBA. Doesn't matter if the game is lower quality or better quality. Your friends will probably play. You will probably play whatever your friends are playing. That's kind of just human nature. Now, we're going to break this up into parts. No specific order besides the first one. Now, the first one I think is probably the most important thing. I feel like the community aspect of Smite isn't there. I feel like it's dropped off. I think the community aspect of Smite was the strongest thing on Smite for the beginning years and continued on for a while after that. But I think it's dropped off. And I think the main final most hard blow was losing the Comm Center as our base for HRX. HRX being in DreamHack is a shell of its former self, in my opinion. And I think the recent DreamHack didn't even have a dedicated hotel for high-res players. And I think it dropped off even more from that. And I can't even tell you how many people used to come to me and tell me that they're more enthusiastic to play Smite after HRX. All the new people they've met, all their friends that they knew online that they met, and just like the overall experience was just so enjoyable when we had dedicated high-res events. I really think we need those back. Not only that, but it's a great time and a place to use your content creators or people in the community to not only advertise them and branch them out, but to use them to get people to come to the event to want to meet them and create a stronger bond between them and your players and their viewers, which keeps them playing your game and spending more money on your game. I really feel like this is probably the most important thing to do in season 7. I don't know if it's planned out that way or if it's not, or how it's going to happen, but I think you guys should really be pushing for this. That's my opinion. And to go further down the community line, streamers don't play with each other much anymore. They don't. And I remember back in the day when we were bringing up the game, we would all play with each other. Starting out with like Cadbury and Sooner, going all the way off to Lasses, Maddie, me queuing together, Ching, Allied, DM Brandon, all those guys playing and streaming and interacting with each other and talking and just doing fun things. The video where they wall off Lasses is still one of the most popular videos in Smite. Or when Shane tries to gank his Bacchus. It's still a very popular video on Smite. One of the funniest. We don't really do that anymore. That stuff doesn't happen. We can barely get people to turn on the voice comms in ranked. Before, when we would get into ranked, we would literally get people to download a third-party program just to talk to each other. And everybody would be enthusiastic to do it. I remember most of the people's voices from like 5 and 6 years ago. Not anymore. I barely know people in the games now. It took me, what, a year, 2 years to even hear some of the players' ranked voices? I didn't know what Haddix or Solo Tro sounded like for a long time. That's just how it is now. And I feel like that's less on high-res' side, but it could be a little more enforced by high-res. Give us little nudges and hints and give us stuff to play together with, you know. But it's mainly on us. We don't do that anymore. We're so engulfed in our chat and our communities that we forget that we used to have fun playing the game. is not a thing anymore. I also think that like high-res misses opportunities with the content creators and pro players and stuff like that. And even community figures, right? We have all these things like, oh, hey, announcer packs. But why don't we have player-based skins? Yeah, we have like the world champion skins, but who cares? We just give them announcer packs and stuff. I would much rather see a Bart skin in game. I would much rather see a taco skin in game or a weekend skin in game or whatever it may than an announcer pack. The announcer packs are boring. You can make these more personal and more dedicated to the person, and they don't have to follow just a set script to like, oh, hey, you have to say double kill. It's weird. But you can actually put their personality into a skin, and I feel like that would not only do better in sales, but it would do better for the streamers and make the community more tight knit. It'd be cooler in my opinion. That's me. That's how I feel. That's just how I feel. Not only that, but we don't utilize the community enough. The most we utilized the community was the spring fling, and that was awesome. Besides putting bugs on our faces. Don't ever do that again. There's no all-star games. I still get told to in my stream about the all-star game we had, where I wasn't even a pro anymore, and you guys invited me up to the stage to play in a match with just random players. The most popular content creators. It was a fun game. It wasn't serious. It was just fun. We don't do that anymore. You don't have that. You don't have all-star games where you just pick it like an old school dodgeball game, and you can pick content creators along with pro players. You guys don't do things like, oh, hey, have 5 people that are popular people in your community and choose viewers at random to play against them for fun. Maybe give us a handicap. We can only buy 3 items instead of 6 or something like that. Just fun, you know? You can do that for charity. You can do it for fun. You can do it to like have things like pooling money to like world tournaments or whatever it may be, you know, just community events to not only use us, but to bring that community aspect back to the game. You know, we already do content creation. None of us are going to complain about free advertisement. So like, why not? Why not? Not to mention, I still don't know why till this day you guys do not have spotlight streamers. Every other game does it. Why do we not have streamer spotlights or content creator spotlights? The closest thing you did to it before was like when you guys had like a Nuki and stuff, and that was great for him. But why do we not do this anymore? Why not? This is a perfect opportunity to be like, oh, hey, you're a new player. You're not really pro yet. You want to go to someone who's very casual and friendly to newer players and go to Smite. She might be a perfect place for people branching over into Conquest. She still plays Assault and Arena and all the other nonsense with the viewers, but she also plays Conquest and has a pretty good understanding of the game. So that would be a great place to send new players. But just having a person on there and saying, hey, you should go here if you want that middle ground, or hey, you want that really hardcore experience, watch Adapting in the mornings. You want top level play? He might not have the best interaction with chat, but you're going to get some high level plays and you're going to learn the game. You can watch Adapting. Oh, hey, you want to have some viewer games with a pro player? Weekend always does viewer games. You can't sleep? You can watch this guy. But, just having us in the client and just having like a small description or a profile. Hell, you can even just do it for pro players. You're not only going to build your community for your game, you're going to basically get free advertising to the people who advertise your game for free. And we all know the more viewers they have, the more people that watch your game, the more people are going to play your game. I just think it's a no-brainer. Work with your community. That's how I feel, man. I think that is the most important thing. It's not done in Smite. It's done in other games. And I really wish they would. Some of these are a little more expensive than others, but I feel like these are important things to hit. I think another really important thing that's not part of the community is, and I feel like this goes for multiple publishers and multiple games, stop treating games as a business. Games are unique in the sense that they are not like selling physical objects. You're not selling cars. You're not selling staples. You're selling video games. It is a completely different story. When you try to nickel and dime us and squeeze every single penny out of us, we start realizing it and wanting to spend less money in your game or stop playing your game completely. Do more things for us and we will shower you with money. There are people out there with a lot of money that want to put money into your game, but if they feel like you're trying to squeeze every dime you can, they might get a little more cautious. They might want to spend a little bit less on your game or way less on your game. Don't make that mistake that Activision and EA makes all the time. I see it happening in Smite, and it's becoming more and more apparent every single time. A good example of this is the biggest team in Smite is probably the art team. Why is there no new Conquest map? You can stop creating skins for a little bit and have your art team work on a new map. The balance part doesn't really matter as much as long as it's new and it's fun and it's entertaining. Hell, you don't even have to change the map. You can have an art team work on skins for the map so it just looks different. Why is there no spring map? Why is there no summer map? Why is there no winter map? Why is there no Halloween map or other popular holidays, etc.? Why is that not a thing? Like these could be a thing, but these are cool things you can add into the game, and we don't have them. Especially the fact that it would help change the game a little bit in the sense of giving something new for people to work with. We're using the same map for the third year in a row. I don't know. I feel like that's a missed opportunity. Right? And we're going to go into the next point that's directly related to that. The new year, the new season is the perfect time to add radical changes to the game. The new year is the best time. New map, new meta, etc. But we don't have that. We're doing the same meta and map again for the third year in a row. And so people are going to get bored and stop playing. And it's, again, hemorrhaging players that we wish we would keep. It's not a good look. Instead, we rapidly change the game during the year and new players can't keep up. If you give somebody something new to work with at the beginning of the year, but it relatively stays the same for the rest of the year, they can learn it and we can release guides and content for it. We can't release guides and content for Smite because you changed the game so much. The game changes so radically over the year. Nobody releases guides or anything. Please, let's copy. Let's take the formula that works from League of Legends, where they radically change the game in the beginning of the year and then leave it for like the next 8 months. It works. Pro players get paid to make guides on websites that go into excruciating detail, even to the point where it tells you every single matchup you will possibly go against, what times are good to gank with what builds, who is good to gank, and how to play in certain situations. And that guide will be good for like the next 8 months. Easy. Not in Smite. Your guide will be null and void by the end of the month. And that's not okay. We were literally getting to the point where I was playing like 80 hours a week and people would come on my channel, what's the new build for supports? And I'd be like, bro, I honestly don't know. If I'm playing like 80 hours a week and I can't tell a new player the current build for that role, I can't imagine how it feels for a new player. Take it a step back. Please. Pretty please. Hard changes beginning of the year, soft changes in the middle of the year. Obviously, if something's game breaking or something's broken, change it. That's fine. But stop with the radical changes across the board in the middle of the year. It's not good for the health of the game. It hurts more than it helps. Next. Esports are boring. Esports in general are boring. Smite's esports are boring. There's no stories. There's no players or teams to tie to. Nobody cares. This is the player's fault and Hi-Rez's fault. Probably more Hi-Rez's fault than player's fault because you guys have more experience than the players do. The players are generally younger. We still remember times from the old days because there were more stories back then. There were, like, obviously there was more content creators in the pro scene back then, but there was more things happening. We still remember to this day the day where Shing got poached onto Dignitas. And y'all made a cool little video about it. Lass and Zap picked up Shing literally off the ground and took him onto the team. And then Allied team got a new player. I think it was Weekend. I forgot. I'm too old for this stuff. But that was a cool video. That was a story. Next time when those two teams went against each other, it was like, oh, damn, who's going to win? Yeah, Shing sucks. That was great. The Incon and Weekend drama, whether it was real or not, that got so many hits. If Weekend and Incon played against each other, the viewers would skyrocket because they want to see who wins, because they want to talk trash. The stories are important. There's no stories in the new one, and it sucks, and it's boring, and nobody cares. Make up fake beef. I don't know. Get Barra to talk trash to Zatman in a rank game and, like, blow it out of proportion, you know? Like the McGregor fight with Mayweather. Like, do you think they really are angry at each other? No, they just raked in the money. Make it entertaining. Add some story. Tell us where these players have come from. Do more. And this isn't only on the players, it's also on Hi-Rez. You guys could be doing production value. You guys have everyone in Georgia. Take them in. Hey, this is what we're going to do. This team and this team have beef for whatever reason. Tie them to a player or whatever, or like whatever. Anything. Just give us something for people to watch and want to see. It doesn't matter if it's scripted. It does not. It really doesn't. Just give us something. It'll be fun. I don't know. Content doesn't have to be on one side. You know, you guys can work together, right? Let's make the pro scene more fun to watch. And thank God we're off of Mixer. Oh my God. That was another way to segregate the community. Jesus. Oh. And for the love of God, please fix some of these bugs, man. These bugs and everything just running like crazy in the game and stuff like that. You might have a player that wants to play and just run into one too many bugs and just not play anymore because they're tired of the quality of the game. It's really important to fix these bugs, not to attract new players, but to keep your existing players. I literally logged off one night because I had to play solo too many times when teleport was bugged, where if you accidentally hit teleport, you had to use it. It wouldn't come off your screen. There's no reason that bug should go through in the game. You should stop the patch if that's the case. 100%. 100%. That's not okay. That is a very bad bug and a very invasive bug. Stop babying ranked. Please. Give us a hard reset. Ranked is a grind. Let it be a grind. Nobody should get to Masters on a reset in 20 games. It is dumb. Please. Let us grind. People stop playing ranked really fast because they get to their desired ranked and stop playing because to them they finish the game. Stop. Let us grind. Let Masters mean something. Let it mean something. No one's going to get stuck in Elo Hell. Elo Hell doesn't exist. Let people grind. Pro players that would play 200 games in a season now play 40 games because they already hit their desired cap. You can also give, when you make us grind, you can give us a prize at the end. You know, maybe a free skin or an existing skin or whatever it may be. It doesn't matter. Let us grind. Let us work for it. Let us accomplish things. Stop giving us things just because. Like, we should not have a free rank. Let it mean something. And stop letting us start a silver. Make Bronze 5 the beginning part. Bronze 5 should be there for a reason. There's no reason more people are in Masters than in Bronze. That is bad. Bronze 5 is the starting point. It is level 1 at an MMO. Let us grind. Let us do our stuff. Please stop babying it. You will get more people to play by letting them grind. Thank you. I can't tell you how annoying this is. And you're going to hear people complain, oh no, I don't want to grind, I don't want to grind. And then you let them grind, they'll grind their brains out. Because you know what? They're all playing Classic WoW for the past 4 months. The last and final thing. Somehow, some way, we have to make Conquest the most fun game mode. You have to make Conquest the most fun game mode. It is kind of sad that Ranked Conquest is the least played game mode in the game. It really is. All the other MOBAs, Ranked is the most popular game mode. It should be in Smite 2. You need to look into why this is a thing. My personal opinion is because, unlike other MOBAs, you get punished way too fast in Smite. Things go from 0 to 100 really fast. Things are very anti-fun in Conquest. You get punished too hard for stuff. Not that you should find a way to make it too easy to come back, but I should feel like I'm still able to fight after just one death. If I die to Uller in middle, I'm probably going to die 6 more times because he can one-shot me by just landing a single skill shot. I shouldn't feel like that. It happens at a much slower pace in games like League of Legends, and it should happen at a slower pace in Smite. Doesn't mean you have to change the pace of the game. You can still end the game at the same time. But that hopeless, helpless feeling should come slower in Smite. That's my opinion. I don't know how you do that. There's plenty of ways you could probably do it. I have ideas. I don't want to go into them for hours on end on here, but that's my opinion on it. That needs to get a change. Yeah. That's how I really feel. I really believe this is a big important part because our community is very segregated and it's very, very, very split up. From console to PC to all the different game modes, it's spread out. If you make Ranked or Conquest the most popular game mode, more people will watch it and the community aspect will get together. It will catch more of that community and it'll feel less segregated as it does right now, especially when most of your streamers play Ranked. I think it is important. I think this should be looked into, and it hasn't been looked into, and we're using all sorts of excuses as to why it's okay and how we should focus on it, but Ranked Conquest should be way more popular than it is. Take that as you will. Now, that's going to be my last point on this video. I can probably go on for hours on how to improve this, but that is my opinion. Probably the most important parts to help improve Smite. Like I said, it's not balance. It's somehow finding a way to make this game to be enjoyable to play and be a part of. That's probably the most important thing. We can worry about balance when we have a more healthy player base. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope someone at Hi-Res sees this video. I hope the Olympians see this video. I hope it was helpful. Hope you all enjoyed my opinions. If you guys have any different opinions, put them in the comments. I read them. I respond to them. Put them on Twitter, which you could probably see the name there. and watch the stream, twitch.tv/movie2032. You can talk with me about them on there, whatever you guys want. It's perfectly fine. It always gets brought up in my stream. Yeah. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. If y'all enjoyed the video, please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell to get the notifications when we put more videos out. Thank y'all very much. You guys have a fantastic day and year and month. Bye. Love y'all.